Hi, I'm Dennis. You're watching Canoehound Adventures. And today we are heading back to the day camp. This is going to be part 2 of the raised back lean-to shelter build. And I'm heading back to the day camp now, walking through the forest, and I had to park out by the road because the conditions around here are rather sloppy. We've had snow and some melt off, and the farmers' fields are quite sloppy now, so it's a nice day for a hike. It is pretty sloppy out here too. I'm sloshing through some mud, but it's all in a day's fun. So I hope you enjoy. Stick around for a bit and enjoy the shelter build. Alrighty, so rather than boring you with getting the bonfire going and stuff, I've got a fire started here. We just used the lighter and some birch bark. Gonna get that going. I brought myself some hot dogs to cook up for lunch for me and Molly. Gonna get a pot of coffee going, so that'll be simmering in the background while I'm continuing to build on things. And yeah, so when we last left you off, we had finished, or I had gotten to installing the cross beam, and then at the back portion I started on the back retaining wall, which is going to give me the elevated lean-to style shelter, and I'm hoping to get that built up to probably about this area here, and then from there I'm going to build my trusses coming up out of logs, and yeah, we'll get that going. Hopefully I can start building on the roof portion throughout today. So rather than boring you with all the conversation, I'm just going to get my coffee going, fire rocking, and then I'm going to get to work. Alright, so I'm at the point now where I think I need one more log to fit in here. It's going to be a tight squeeze on this end. But I think before I do that, I'm going to reinforce. I'm going to drive a couple more large stakes in here just to give it more structural strength at the back, because there is going to be a lot of load on this once the roof branches are going to be coming down onto here. It'll be putting a lot of pressure pointed backwards. So I think what I'm going to do, yeah, like I said, I'm going to put in a couple more poles, drive them in nice and deep, and then I'm going to get one more on here, and that should be probably about a good height for the shelter. I don't want to go too high because I really want the slope to be a pretty good slope. Actually, looking at this, that might be a pretty good height in its own. But no, I'm going to go one more high, and then we'll put a tester up here to see what kind of a slope that we're actually going to have. Just for the record, and out of a safety sake, I just wanted to point out that this week I did bring a couple of long spikes, and I don't want to rely for this structure because I will be camping out here overnight. I did put a couple of stakes in just to reinforce the roof on this, because I don't want this thing ever coming down on top of me. Strictly for a safety point of view. Obviously wouldn't do that in a survival situation, but I have the means to do it, so I went ahead and did that. So yeah, I'm gonna get a couple more stakes driven in there, and then maybe I'll start looking around for some good roof trusses and have a coffee and maybe a hot dog. Alright, so I got myself a couple of new spikes done up. Whittled the ends down, nice point. I will say these are green wood. For green wood, I don't want it rotting too fast in the ground, so I'm just going to reinforce the back portion of this wall, just for safety's sake. And yeah, always want to err in the way of caution, right? Actually, something I should do before I start pounding is I'm just going to chamfer the edge. Chamfer the edges on these so that they won't splinter up as much when I'm driving them in with the back of the axe. There we go. Just put a little chamfer on that. That way there, the top won't mushroom out as easily. Drive this down quite a bit. Okay, so really quickly, I think I got about the height I need here, but I also put this last piece on here, which is going to act as sort of a ledge for the rest of the logs for the roof trusses to rest against. And just to sort of give you an example, just grab this little piece of, let's see here, if this will make sense. Essentially, the roof trusses will come in and they'll sort of sit in and against here, just to, that'll give it some back support, so it's not going to slide off the back. So before I start doing roof trusses, I think I'm going to reinforce my structures together here so that they don't come apart on me. I use a jam knot here. To get some nice, there we go, get it nice and snug. Hey, you. How you doing? Cheers. Okay, so I just wanted to give you a little bit of a close-up view so you could see the ledge that I kind of built up here. And I got my stakes tied together. But this upright here is where I'm basically going to rest my logs for the roof trusses. Got back with my first couple of truss beams, and I'm going to set them up, but I'm not going to tie them down just yet because I want to see how my center is, and I'll probably tie them down later, just to make sure I'm even all the way across. But the whole concept of this is and then of course my cot will be under here. I might even have to bring this up one more log just by seeing this now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to bring this up by one more log. Wasn't expecting that, but that's part of the build. So I think I'll get one more beam across there, and then we'll get some lunch cooking up. Yeah, that's a plan. All right, so I know this is tedious and slow going. I did take off the one log, went and found myself another one, and because I'm working with mostly deadfall, I had to travel quite a distance to find something that was good, which is that one there. And I put that one there just because it was more straight, and this one here fit better on top. So I did raise this up one more length, and I've tied these off, and now yeah, this is all pretty solid right now. So from this point now, there again, trying to keep with using deadfall, I'm going to start searching and finding some better roof trusses. The first two I found, I cut them. They're cut a little short, but I'll use them for something in the construction around here. Pretty neat. I was wandering around and I found this really thick white glass jar thing over in the bush. Thought I would bring it, just keep it here for artifact's sake. Yeah, so with that being said, I'm probably about done what I'm going to do today. Maybe I'll tinker a little bit, but I'm going to cook myself a couple of hot dogs on the fire here. Enjoy the rest of the day. It's around 4 o'clock. It's going to start getting dark very soon, and I just want to get something to eat. So with that, let's start cooking. Yeah, Mollie's onto a couple of deer. I can see them out there, but I can't. I don't know if you can get to see them through the through the brush. Almost looks like two does to me. They're not moving. Okay, well, I think time to pack it in. I've just been cleaning up camp here a bit and gonna head on out now. I'm losing light really fast and I still gotta hike it all the way back to the truck. As you see, Mollie was onto a couple of deer. That's the second time we've been out here in a row where we've actually seen deer. And that's a pretty cool thing. It's nice to see some wildlife out here for sure. Just gonna let the fire die down while I clean up the area a bit. Stuffed a little bit of leaves into some of the cracks on the back wall, so when the snow does come, at least I'll have a bit more break with the wind coming through. And next time out, we work on the roof. Thanks for joining me, guys. This is Dennis from Canoehound Adventures saying, remember people, keep the adventures alive.